All right, welcome back to the Hardcount Heroes Fantasy Show. I'm your host, Jarrett, and I am joined by Bryce, Nick, and Cameron in this episode. And we are officially 1 week out from our fantasy playoffs. And to quickly give you some context, here's where we sit with the league. Nick has currently clinched the number 1 seed with an 11-2 record. Cooper and myself, Jarrett, have both clinched playoffs with an 8-5 record. Dalton and Dyson are basically eliminated from playoff contention. I mean, technically, they still do have a shot, but it is very far-fetched and it won't happen. Bryce has clinched last place with a 3-10 record. And then Cameron and Greg are the only two teams left to grab the number 4 seed. So we're looking forward to diving into this very quickly. But before we do that, make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also check out our social media pages like the TikTok and the Instagram. We've been uploading a lot of memes on TikTok and stuff like that. So I would probably give that a check out if I were you. So then let's roll into the matchups from week 13. So the first one I want to talk about and get out of the way is Nick Chubb versus Big Ben Sexton. And this ended up with Dyson losing 139.24 to 156.4. And guys, Dyson is fallen
told you
to
guys.
a 6-game losing streak. Hey,
I fucking called it. No one believed me. Oh, no, this is his week. No,
dude,
I was right.
His matchups looked good. You can't say that I'm wrong there.
No, he just sucks.
And he still put up 139, but Cooper put up 156.
No, I called it.
Nick, you're gonna say anybody sucks because you're just gonna be like, oh well, you're not 11-2, are you? So everybody sucks unless they're Nick.
Oh, here we go.
Nick's like
6 and 7 stalking.
He's like
6
the
and 7
fucking
stalking.
comic book bro from The Simpsons, and he's just go, well, I'm 11-2, so you look like a fat loser.
But I fucking called it. He was on a 5-game losing streak, and everyone expected for Nick Chubb to do really good. Yeah, let's go into this matchup. Nick Chubb only put up 8 fantasy points. They weren't going to do much. That was all defense right there. And everyone knew that it was going to be a tough game for them because you have Deshaun Watson coming. Joe Shiesty was good.
You know, he put up 30. Can't go wrong.
That was the only player who was good.
Low-key
MVP
the only player
candidate.
Low-key MVP candidate, I'm saying.
Okay.
He's kind of creeping up on him. I mean, a lot of people, honestly, if I still were to pick, I'd probably go Pat Mahomes, but don't be surprised if Joe Burrow makes a run.
Up there.
Yeah, they just beat the Chiefs, so that was pretty impressive. Hey, and to give credit to Bryce as well, he also predicted Cooper was going to win, so don't act like you're the only guy up on this hill right now.
Yeah. Yes.
So know your place. All right.
But
so,
Jalen Waddle. Okay, can we go into that?
Oh.
That was sad.
Yeah, that
was sad. I was fucking.
What even happened to him? Was he? Did he get injured or what?
I didn't really watch the game, so all I know is that he got injured in the second quarter, I believe. I don't remember, but that just kind of ruined it for him.
Yeah, that's true. Tony Pollard had a big game with 24 for Dyson as well. Mike Evans was quiet with 9. I mean, not as bad as I expected him to do, but I was pretty sure he's getting locked up against the Saints. I told Dyson that I probably wouldn't start Mike Evans this week, and he did it anyways, and he paid the price for it. So,
started Pacheco.
Yeah, I would have started Pacheco, obviously. Then looking at Cooper's
Peoples-Jones.
Peoples-Jones popped off?
No, he did better.
13.4.
Yeah, but did better than Mike. So
yeah, exactly. Looking at Cooper's team, DK Metcalf bullied the Rams and put up big points, 24. Terry McLaurin also put up. DK Metcalf put up 26. Terry McLaurin 24. CeeDee Lamb 20. Stephon Diggs 22. Just an overall very solid week for Cooper, and everyone basically popped off in his lineup. The only person that was bad was Tyler Higbee with 3.4. So,
but that's everyone's tight end this week. Everyone's tight end sucked.
Yeah, I'd say so.
The number 1 tight end. I saw the stat for tight ends this week. The number 1 tight end was Cade Otton on Tampa Bay. He had a whopping 28 yards and 1 touchdown.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Cade Otton.
Terrible year of the tight end.
Yeah, not the year for tight ends, but what do you do? So Cooper.
Well, not the week, I would say.
Oh, yeah, the week. Well, they've been bad all year too, considering that.
But every year, I feel like tight ends are like a throwaway position.
It's a
You
thin
either
position,
have
very,
one of the like top 5 guys, or that's
or you're
it.
screwed,
You're scoring like 5 points in that position each week.
basically. And a lot of the top guys this year got hurt. Like Darren Waller's hurt. There's a couple other guys I can't necessarily track
George
back
Kittle
on.
got
Dallas
hurt. He was out
Goedert's
for the
hurt.
first couple games.
Oh yeah, Kittle, Goddard. Uh, and it really comes down to having guys like Kelsey, who's in a tier of his own, and then Mark Andrews, and then
He was injured
Mark
for a while
Andrews,
too,
yeah.
wasn't he?
Mark Andrews
Mark
was injured
Andrews
for a
got
while.
injured.
Yeah, he missed a lot of time, but he's back now. And honestly, he hasn't been stellar by any means, but that really just shows you how bad the tight end position has been this year.
Hopefully, we got some nice fresh rookies we can look at this next year and
We can only hope.
absolutely just shit on people. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Hope for a better year of the tight ends next year. So, wrapping back to the matchup, Cooper goes to 8-5. Dyson's woes continue. He's at 5-8 after losing 6
Sucks
games
to
in
be
a
him.
row, but that's his own problem. So the next matchup we'll go into is 50 Shades of Trade taking on Double Gulp Cup. Nick, you won this game 110.06 to 145.62. And my prediction on Dalton proved right. I said that he couldn't be confident in his own team, so I couldn't pick him, and that's exactly what happened.
I said the thing that kind of disappointed me was Dawson Knox. You know, you would think him being on the Bills, Josh Allen throwing it to him. He used to be really good last year. Last year he was perfect. I had him on my team last year, but all of a sudden he's laying goose eggs. So
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him.
A lot of mouths to feed on that offense, Nick.
That's
there
true.
is. That is true.
Earlier this year, I had Dawson Knox, and it didn't seem like he was that bad. He was a bench tight end for me, and I recently got rid of him a couple of weeks ago, but it looks like he's not producing now, so it's a little disappointing. Justin Fields for Dalton put up 21. Josh
He's been
Jacobs
doing
with
really
21. Good. Yeah, Justin Fields actually looked pretty good fantasy-wise.
From the
Now, I will say, though, in that matchup against the Packers, fantasy-wise, he looked very good. Late in the game, he did not look good at all. No. Had an opportunity to go down there and take the lead, threw a crucial interception, and then they went down 2 scores, and then he came back again and threw another interception. So,
but
Aaron Rodgers owns the Bears again. Who's surprised?
I feel like that's the story of Justin Fields. So, like, he can play a good game, and then crunch time comes, and he fails.
Exactly.
Like,
he flops in crunch time.
I saw a stat on it. They win all these close games because he can't play under pressure.
Yeah, exactly. They end up losing all those games just because I don't think he can provide in situations like that. And I understand he doesn't have great weapons, but I think you could make the same case for a veteran like Aaron Rodgers, who doesn't have necessarily amazing weapons right now. I mean, Aaron Jones is probably his most solid weapon, and Christian Watson's been good lately, but he makes do here and there. And then there's a lot of other teams too who have limited weapons and they make it work. So I think Justin Fields can be probably a top 5 quarterback in the league a couple of years in advance. But
yeah,
it's really going to come down to him.
Getting out of the league soon. Fuck them. Fuck Aaron Rodgers.
I would say Rodgers is probably done within the next 2 years.
You want to talk about
I think
not having weapons? Look at Baltimore.
Oh yeah, Lamar has no one.
Look at what Lamar does with that.
Lamar was an MVP. Let's not forget
brand
this.
Wide receivers.
No, he's got fucking DeMarcus
but
Robinson,
Lamar has
bro.
no weapons or anything.
Yeah, exactly. He went from an MVP to like it's sad now to watch.
Yeah, I don't know. I do think that Lamar has no weapons, but I also feel like he hasn't been playing at the same level he was his MVP season, and he hasn't been reaching that upper echelon that he should.
That's the issue with mobile quarterbacks. They start digressing.
And if he expects this big payday at the end of the season, then you got to make something happen. Obviously, he's injured now, but that's kind of a side tangent. We'll get into that when we get to my matchup. But looking back at Dalton and Nick's matchup, Tyler Lockett 27 for you, Nick. Tyreek Hill put up 29 for Dalton. I will take the blame for telling Dalton to start Zay Jones. He just came off of a big game against the Ravens, And then they were playing Detroit this week, and he kind of flopped, only 3.6. But honestly, that Jaguars offense, when it comes to receivers, it's kind of a flip-flop between him and Kirk. So one guy's going to produce, one guy's going to have to take the shit end of the stick, but that's just how it is, you know?
Yeah.
Let's see here. San Fran had 19 points on defense for Enoch, and then you also had Devonta Smith put up 21 against
Yo,
the
though
Titans.
that last minute change of a defense was very beneficial to me because I was like, I had the Commanders starting. I was like, and it was Sunday, and I was like, ugh. I was like, I'm gonna change it.
Yeah,
It worked out perfectly.
it did work out. So question for you. Kenneth Walker, do you know if he's going to play next week, or is he done for a bit?
So they're saying that he could, but it's currently a strain right now. Like he could start Sunday, but he missed practice today. So it really depends. I got 2 running backs that are questionable right now. So
Yeah. Well, regardless of that, you won. You go to 11-2. Dalton goes to 5-8, ending his playoff hopes. Then moving on to the next matchup, Judge Judy, Cameron taking on Jordan's not Greg, and Cameron broke the single game scoring record we've had this year, and he put up 193 points, beating Greg out 193.42 to 135.4. So you absolutely blew him out of the water, Cameron. I mean, it wasn't even close.
Oh yeah, yeah. I would say that.
And I would say to you that you said earlier this week that your team could have easily had 200, and I don't even know why you're bitching if your team put up that much. It wasn't even close.
Okay, I'm not complaining, but I had a lot of people. I had quite a bit of players on my team underperform. Derrick Henry, 5 points. He puts up his average numbers. I have 200 easy.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. It
I
just
was
seems
just
like such
saying,
a minute
like,
thing.
I should have had the 200.
It's like a rich kid complaining that he got the yellow Lamborghini
Get my
instead of
newest
the green
iPhone.
one. Yeah. But yeah, your team put up big points, and a big contributor to that was your 3 receivers that you had that put up
Jesus
over 30
fucking
points.
Christ.
I mean, if you had this team in fantasy this week, this is probably close to the perfect team. He had Devontae Adams for 37, Amon-Ra St. Brown for 34, and then A.J. Brown, if I can find him here, put up 31. So
31, yeah.
pretty stellar week for you. Mike Badgley also had 19 points as a kicker. So
I finally had one of my kickers put up decent points, yeah.
yeah, that was the icing on the cake in this one, I'd say. As for Greg's lineup, only put up 135. He had Jalen Hurts put up 34 for him. And the rest of his lineup was honestly pretty quiet. Hayden Hurst, bad.
Cowboys
Antonio Gibson,
defense,
bad.
so
22 from the Cowboys defense. That's not bad.
That was fucking
And
insane.
Ezekiel Elliott, 18 was a good game for him, but overall, not what he wants to happen, considering now that you and him are the same record. So going into this week, if Cameron wins, then he's in, and if Greg loses and Cameron loses, then Cameron's in. So in order for Greg to make the playoffs, he needs to win and Cameron needs to
actually
lose.
win. Yeah.
That is the scenario. So Cameron has the upside in that one. He wins that game, so it puts him in a pretty good position to make playoffs. So then, moving on to the final matchup from the week, Back to the Future, myself, taking on Watson's Massage Parlor, Bryce. I won this game 135.24 to 99.44, and I officially clinched playoffs, and Bryce has clinched last place. What do? Hey.
Woo.
If you look at the positive side, Bryce, you now have probably the number 1 overall draft pick. I'm not going to say for sure because we are going to have a pick lottery for the new teams, but yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Next year I'm like actually bringing like paper and shit, and I'm like doing like stats
this dude's
too.
coming prepared.
I'm actually like I'm not fucking around next year, bud.
For sure. No Jonathan Taylor number 1 overall. Honestly, I don't blame you. I probably would have took JT number 1 overall this year anyways, but
yeah, that fucker's been hurt for first 5 games of the year. Fucking
yeah,
sucked.
exactly.
Actually, no, it just sucked. It just sucked.
Bryce is gonna bring a spreadsheet next draft. He's like crunching numbers. He's like
files.
Oh yeah, don't worry
he's
about
gonna
it.
he's gonna have
say
film.
fuck it and bring the smart board, the projector.
Pulse up
He's like,
board.
He's like watching film. Okay, this is George Kittle. As you can see, he's running this route. This is a beautiful pick. He's gonna be number 1 pick.
He's gonna, if we do it at like say Dalton's house, he's gonna be like, I need my own room for my war room.
I'm gonna have the green notebook, just like Waterboy. The green notebook. The green notebook with all the plays in it.
Bryce is coming firing next year. Just wait.
Oh
So-
yeah.
And then I'll shit the bed next year.
Yeah, you probably will. But if you win this year, maybe that makes it up. So diving into the matchup, Lamar Jackson, like we were touching on before, now hurt for me.
Sad.
Not good. Only 1.34 before he got injured, and it looked like some type of PCL injury. Luckily, I have Dak Prescott in the waiting wings on my bench, and he plays Houston next week, so we'll have to see how that goes for me. Travis Etienne, only 7.6. This wasn't necessarily an efficiency thing for him. It was more the game script was not great with them going down big to the Lions. They lost that game 40-14, so they ended up passing a lot, and Etienne didn't really see much work past that. What else do I got here? I mean, no one really in my lineup stood out this week, I'd say. Barkley 19, Jefferson 18. I will tell you one thing that did stand out, though, and that was the Cleveland Browns defense. 31 points as a
Jesus
defense.
fucking Christ.
They bailed me out this week, man. They were fucking good. I mean, I felt good about that pickup going into this week, but they really took it up to another level. Mr. Massage Parlor, Deshaun Watson, didn't throw a touchdown at all, and they didn't score an offensive touchdown, but the defense scored 3. Well, they scored 2, and then the special teams had 1. So 31 points for that.
But the
other
pedophile
highlights,
wins.
Yeah. Christian Kirk 16. And then on my bench, Garrett Wilson 24, which I probably should have started him, but I don't know. I have a tough decision with my flex often just because I have guys like Olave, Wilson, Godwin, and Kirk who all can pop off at any time. So it's kind of a toss-up whenever I do it, but it's how it
But I
is.
feel like at this point, with Mike White, Garrett Wilson is like in a must-start
Oh yeah,
situation.
I'm starting him next week for sure. Even if they're playing Buffalo, I got to put him in
Watch
there.
him suck.
Yeah, he probably
because
will.
you
That's my
started him.
luck.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
gonna play like burnt toast now. Now
Exactly.
that you're starting him, but
As for Bryce's team,
Burnt toast.
Samaje
burnt
P.
toast.
Ryan, 21.5. That guy
Only
is,
person on my team to score over 20.
bro, he shocked me this week. I thought he was due for regression, but he just keeps
Now, I got a
producing.
question for you boys. Do you think he's going to start splitting snaps now with Joe Mixon?
Fuck
I
no.
I wouldn't doubt it.
No,
I think it's going to happen.
No.
I think he's going to see a larger workload.
He
Probably
literally
not a
grabbed
50-50.
he'd see a larger timeshare.
I think it will be more.
Did you see even watch the game? He literally planted people down on the ground.
He's talented. I'll give him that.
Grabbed him by the face and shoved him down on the ground.
I would say
He
that
just
we're
said,
probably
"Get out
going to
of my
see
way."
not a 50-50 split, but I would say like 66 Joe Mixon, 33 Samaje P. Ryan. I definitely think he's going to get a lot more work because he's looked
I
productive
know
in
it's
that
not going
offense.
to be like an Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon deal, but hopefully it can someday because
That's not
he
even
showed.
50-50 either.
I don't even care. I know that. He showed us that he can fucking put in the work. He showed
Exactly.
us that, hey, I don't fuck around. That's what I'm surprised by.
So now, Bryce, I have a question for you. Why'd you decide to
sir.
start the Buccaneers defense if you have Alvin Kamara against them?
I don't fucking know. I was on panic mode last minute. I didn't want to start the fucking Chiefs defense, and there's no other good defenses, so.
Well, he has a losing record anyway, so he already
to
knew
be
that.
fair,
why does it matter?
To be fair, even if Alvin Kamara did score 2 touchdowns and say the Bucs defense got 2 interceptions, though, the Bucs defense would have had positive points no matter what.
But
That's what I was kind of hoping for. 2 touchdowns for Kamara, 2 touchdowns for the defense. That's a win-win.
Well,
But I was
Kamara's
wrong.
been disappointing.
Obviously, it wasn't a win.
Yeah. Besides the 1 week where
No.
he had like 42, he's sucked.
The only thing Kamara's winning is time in jail after his little Vegas incident.
That's fucking great. Oh Oh my
There you
god.
go, Jarrett. That can be
That's
the
definitely
fucking
getting
thing of
clipped.
the week. That
That's
can be the
fucking getting
cover for the
clipped.
week.
I think he's winning his time in jail.
It's gonna be
Right.
Alvin Kamara behind bars.
There you go. There's
Alvin
that's
Kamara
that might be the
reaches out to
thumbnail.
him, gets really pissed off or something.
So let's move on to player of the week after we have our results from week 13. And Cameron, who do you think is your prediction for player of the week? Who do you like? Or who's your personal player of the week?
I like the post about Devontae Adams, but when a defense puts up 31 points, I think they got to be in the conversation. I mean,
I was
it's
gonna
not
say,
a
man.
player, but Browns defense.
Yeah. Personally, I think Devontae Adams is my player of the week, but the Browns defense, they definitely deserve a mention because that's unreal for a defense to put up 31 points. They're my highest scoring player, if you even want to call them that. I mean, it's a group of players, but they're my highest scoring slot in my team this whole week. So
Let alone they carried your team.
exactly, they did. It was unreal. Nick, what do you have for your player of the week?
Man, I thought everyone was gonna pick Devontae, but yeah, I'm going with the Browns. If anyone watched him play, that was fucking amazing. They fucking
dude.
killed the Texans. So
They
yeah,
did it
I'm
as a
going with
unit.
the Browns.
It was good. Bryce, you have any extra input?
No, not really. I'm jumping on the bandwagon with y'all. I mean, you can't really deny the game. It's just they're just built different, I guess, this week.
Yeah,
Exactly. For
unreal.
that defense, that's like seeing a fucking player put up 50.
They look like a Super Bowl defense
Like Joe
out there.
Mixon.
I'll say that.
Like Joe
Yeah.
They look like
Mixon.
a Super Bowl
Don't shut the
defense for
fuck
one
up
game.
about it now.
Yeah, don't bring that up to Dalton. Don't bring up Joe Mixon to him
Oh,
because he'll
God.
give you an earful about it. I still
Oh,
remember
yeah, well, I
whenever
just
I
gave him an earful about injuries too.
Jarrett, your matchup with Greg. Oh, you're lucky Joe Mixon.
Oh
wasn't
yeah, I
playing.
was
You
just
wouldn't
gonna say
have
that. He was like, "You're lucky he didn't have Joe Mixon." I'm like, Joe Mixon ain't gonna put up 55 points every week. But all right, dude, whatever. Okay, so that's player of the week, or your player of the week is players, I should
Team
say.
of the week.
Basically, I mean that's unreal. Just fucking 31 points from a
Why don't we
defense.
just switch it to
Browns.
position
Good job,
of the
Cleveland.
week? It's
Yeah.
just the Browns
Yeah,
defense.
team of the
position.
week, ex Deshaun Watson. Not him. We
No,
don't
he doesn't.
promote that
No, he's
stuff
not. He's
over
not.
here.
He's not the defense.
So that wraps that up. Let's go into waiver wire ads. So we only had 8 claims this week.
Alrighty.
I feel like as we get farther into the season, the waiver wires kind of like toned down a little bit, just because most of our lineups are pretty set. But Greg added Brian Robinson, and he dropped Antonio Gibson. So swap of the Washington Commander halfbacks. After Jeff Wilson got downgraded to an RB3 in that game against the Niners, Dalton picked up Raheem Mostert and dropped Cordero Patterson. And honestly, Patterson's not a bad ad. So if you want to scoop him up, he's available. And I like the Raheem Mostert pickup since he seems like he's the RB1 there now. As for myself, I added the Cincinnati Bengals defense and dropped the Browns defense. And you may be questioning why drops the Browns defense after they put up 31. Well, they're playing the Bengals, and I'd rather have the Bengals
the
defense
Bengals beat the
versus
Chiefs.
Deshaun. Yeah. Otherwise, instead of having the Browns playing the Bengals, I feel like that Cincinnati offense is just a little too electric for them. And then, Cameron, you added Marquise Brown and you dropped Van Jefferson.
Yeah. Van Jefferson, that's a bad offense. And then you got throwing Baker into the mix. And
I don't know.
They let him
Marquise
cook.
Brown, if
Nah,
you look
fuck
at
Baker,
his
he's ass.
If you look at Marquise Brown's player thing, he led the Cardinals in receptions, coming right off an injury. So now he's got the bye. Hopefully, he doesn't drop 3 touchdowns like he did for Jarrett last year, but we'll see what he can do.
Dude, I was ready to fucking punch a hole in a wall after that. That's he's on one of my I feel like every fantasy
Do
player
not
has,
draft list.
yeah, they have a fantasy kind of do not draft, or I would say a fantasy shit list. He's on my fantasy shit list. He's
It's like a no-fly list, but like for fantasy
yeah,
players.
he's like priority number 2, right behind Mike Williams. But bad history with those guys. Bad history. But yeah, Marquise Brown. We'll see. I feel like he's on a more productive offense when he's on the Cardinals compared to the Rams with Van Jefferson. So, especially with Baker there now. Honestly, guys, I think Baker's not going to be good again. I mean, Sean McVay is a genius, but I just think Baker Mayfield's ass.
I don't know.
He was.
We'll
he's
see.
like a Cam Newton. He's like the white Cam Newton.
Well, Cam
I
Newton was
don't
actually
know,
good for a
guys.
while, but Baker Mayfield, the hype was around him.
Yeah,
But
don't
he's like a
trash
Johnny
Cam Newton.
Manziel if you didn't
Jarrett
do
used to
cocaine
like
in
Cam
a
Newton.
club bathroom. That's what Baker is to me. Yeah, Cam Newton used to be goated. 2015 Cam Newton, he was goated.
1 year wonder.
It was good for like maybe 3 years. That's what I would say.
Kind of like Geno Smith this year, right?
Yeah,
Hey!
1 year wonder.
Hey, how about Russell Wilson, huh?
Oh, here we go.
What?
Screaming match.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
I'm not
no.
doing this.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
he's not putting
yet.
up with
We'll
your
get
shit.
into it.
Not yet. Yeah, shut the fuck up.
No,
All right.
I have faith in Gino next year, Nick. I'll be with you on that one.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah. Fuck Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
Yeah, fuck Russell.
this is what
Wilson.
happens every week. And then Nick picks Bryce to win. So then Bryce is like, oh, yeah, you picked me to win, so I'll pick you, Nick.
Yeah, exactly.
This
Because
is
fuck
what
you.
happens every week.
Yeah, kind of. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. I
I
see how
hope
it
Greg
is.
wins. I hope Greg wins and you lose.
Greg's gonna kick your ass.
Well, you know what? You know what? Well, wait.
I don't
well,
even
wait.
play Greg this week. I kicked his ass last week already.
No, for next week when you fight for a playoff spot.
No, this is the fight for the playoff spot this week.
Yeah, exactly.
If I
That's what
win,
said.
Nick, I play you. So keep talking your talk.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
We'll see
I
if you
beat
can walk
I'm
your
2-0 against you. I'm 2-0 against you. Fucking
Okay.
Mr. Highest scorer
Okay.
in the league.
You won the battle, but we'll see who wins the war.
Well, fucking
Who
see.
the one isn't
We
winning
got
the
7
war?
days. We have 7 days. I'll see you there. What?
Sunday,
know what? I
Sunday,
hope you
Sunday.
I hope you win so I can fucking beat you.
All right.
This is like an MMA. Have you guys seen MMA UFC fights where they're like it's like the third match of like the same two people
Yeah.
fighting each other? Yeah, this is like me and Ron right now.
This is the most notorious rivalry in all the Hardcount Heroes Fantasy League right here. I mean, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
right here with Yankees, Red Sox, Packers, Bears.
This is Bears. I was gonna say it's Packers Bears.
This is big deal right here. But we'll go back into the waivers for a second here. Latavius Murray picked up by Dyson, dropped Paris Campbell. Greg picked
Stupidest
up Gerald
pickup you
Everett.
can make.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was about.
You
Gerald
don't,
Everett
you don't pick up any Broncos players. That offense is bad.
hey, that's
coming from the Broncos.
Hey, at least
fan,
he's
you know
honest.
it's honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honesty is key.
He dropped Hayden Hurst then, and Dalton picked up the Miami defense, and he dropped the Seahawks defense. And then Greg made a kicker pickup, Jason Myers, and dropped Harrison Butker. And then Nick, you picked up Michael Gallup. I like that pickup. He's been good.
Oh yeah. And he's playing the Texans, so I might start him.
Hey, there you go. It's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Okay. So then we'll move into the Week 14 predictions. Guys, we are 1 week out from playoffs. 4 teams get in, 4 teams
Woohoo!
don't. So this is where it all boils down to. This is kind of
You
where
have one more spot
the
left.
boys become the men. Yeah. We have 3 teams already locked up in. Obviously, like I mentioned at the top of this podcast, Cameron and Greg are kind of battling it out for the last spot. And me and Cooper are already locked to play each other. So we know that's going down. And then Nick, you're either
We'll
playing
play
Greg
whoever.
or Cameron. So
Exactly. So this is the money.
this is kind of the do or die situation here. So let's look at our prediction records quick. And a reoccurring theme in this podcast is that we suck at predicting. No one has a winning record.
Mhm.
I'm 14-16. Dalton is 9-12. Dyson is 0-3. Cameron is 7-11. Bryce is 12-15, and Nick is 12-15. So, hey, look at that. Bryce is basically number 1. He's tied with you, Nick.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Amen.
At least he's winning at
Hey, you're
something.
number 1 somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just
there you
like
go.
it's 5 o'clock
Where it
somewhere.
counts. All right. So we'll dive right into the matchups. Let's start with Back to the Future, myself taking on Nicholas Adams over here.
Doesn't
Double
matter
Gulp
whoever
Cup.
fucking wins. You know what? I'll just fucking give it to you.
Okay, I'll take a free dub. I don't really care. Looks good on the
I'm
record.
fucking set. I'm fucking set.
You already clinched 1 seed. You have Chris McCaffrey taking on Tampa Bay, Josh Allen taking on the Jets, and some okay matchups overall. And
We
then
have Tyler Lockett going Carolina.
Yeah, I like that one too. I have some okay matchups here and there. Some of them are a little bit questionable. Gonna have to start Dak, assuming Lamar doesn't play versus Houston. I don't feel that bad about that one though. I don't like ETN
not
versus
bad.
the Titans. I don't like Barkley versus Philly.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I do like though is Jay Jettis versus Detroit,
Right.
and I like Christian Kirk versus Tennessee.
I don't know. The line's been going.
Their
Lions have
defense is
actually
not
been
that
pretty-
good.
Yeah,
though,
but their
bro.
offense,
Their
or
defense is not good.
isn't good. I'm saying.
Exactly.
That's true.
I don't know. They had how many interceptions last week or the other week? Like 2 or 3 in a game.
Yeah, but that was the Jaguars though. I say that as I have 2 Jaguars players on my roster, but that whole AFC South is not that good though. Besides the Titans. The Titans are the best team in that division. But
and the NFC South. The fucking South. Anything.
yeah. I
Bad.
feel like I'm gonna run with Christian Kirk and Garrett Wilson in my flex. And then on my bench, Rashad White and Chris Godwin. They're both playing San Francisco. So that's kind of a tough matchup. And James Conner is coming back, but he's playing a tough defense in New England. So another one of those toss-up things, but I'm going to try to roll with the matchups. So then...
But this... Well, let me add something. But pretty much this game doesn't really matter for us. We're fucking...
Oh, we're already in.
You're fucking what?
The other thing you're fucking is...
Sure.
We can't say that, Jared.
Oh,
Hey,
shit.
sorry.
Okay. So let's do predictions then. Cameron, who do you have winning this game?
You, Jarrett.
Cool. Bryce, who do you have winning this game?
Let me look.
It doesn't even fucking matter at this point. Just fucking pick
I
someone.
know.
Well, since
Let me
Nick was
look.
nice to me before, I'm gonna pick Nick.
Well,
That's what he's
Cameron's
gonna
a fucking
do.
idiot
Ron.
and he wants to suck my balls, I think Jarrett's just going to have me by just a fuzz. So I'm going to go with Jarrett Bear this week.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, take that, Nick.
Yeah.
Take that.
Also, fuck you, Ron. You thought he was gonna pick me. Fuck you. You know what? I'm gonna lose on purpose because fuck you.
What? That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, that makes my pick. All right, whatever.
I don't fucking know what's going on, dude. What does this league become?
I don't know.
Okay.
But we're here.
Next matchup.
Looks like
Watson's Massage Parlor, who are 3-10. Bryce taking on 50 Shades of Trey. Dalton 5-8. Looking at this matchup, DeAndre Swift have been playing a lot better for you, Bryce. I like that.
Yeah, I'm considering him this week.
You also have P. Ryan versus Cleveland, depending if
I
he
have
comes
him in
back or
right
not.
now. I have him in right now in case Joe Mixon doesn't come back. If that's the case, I'm going to have to find somebody else.
Nick, who do you have in this matchup? Well, come back to me.
This is gonna be Bryce's last huzzah. You know, he knows he's wearing a cow costume,
Hurrah.
but
Hurrah.
you know what? Just for the shits and giggles,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
been
go with
marching
Bryce.
one by one. Hurrah. Hurrah. Okay. Just to make it clear too, there is going to be a toilet bowl at the end of the season, but that doesn't matter at all. We're just going off a worst record for last place. So
Yeah.
Just thought that should be made clear. Cameron, who do you have in this game?
oh, Dalton.
Dalton. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. It is gonna be Dalton, but you know what?
You want to?
Just for the records,
That's fair.
No, just for the records, we'll do Bryce as his last huzzah.
Thank you.
I'm also going to go with Dalton just because I feel like the Dolphins are going to kind of sling the ball around against the Chargers defense. I talked about this on Primetime Rundown with Dalton, is that I feel like Tua's really going to have a good game, and he's going to get the ball to Jeff Wilson. He's going to get the ball to Tyreek Hill. He's going to get him to these Dolphin players that he has. And I don't know if I love the Dolphins defense against the Chargers offense. I feel like that's really going to be a high-scoring game. But I'm going to go with Dalton just solely off of the reason I feel like Tyreek Hill's going to have a big game, and there's potential for Josh Jacobs to have a good game against the Rams, although their defense is pretty solid. But yeah, I'm going with Dalton in that one. So then, Judge Judy taking on Nick Chubb, Cameron versus Dyson. Dyson is on a 6-game losing streak, like we've mentioned multiple times, and Cameron, you are on the cusp, on the very edge of a playoff berth. So you come into this game at 6 and
We're
7.
edging them.
Dyson comes in at 5 and 8. And I'm not even gonna bullshit with you here. I mean, I'm taking Cameron. I don't even want to get into matchups, man. I feel like Cameron's team's just
Damn.
that solid. I mean, it's pretty solid build. I know we give him a bunch of shit, but his team, it's well put together. So, of course, me saying that now is probably going to jinx him, but I feel like it's a well put together team. Bryce, who do you have?
Well,
Much of them want Dyson to break the streak. I mean, we cutting her close. Cameron, as much as I hate to say it, you have been performing pretty well for the last couple weeks. And I feel that it's going to be a repeated cycle.
Wow, what a
You
cock.
can say it, Bryce.
Yeah,
You can do
just
it.
for that fucker, I'm going with Dyson. Just 'cause you
Yeah,
be upfront about it.
yeah, fuck you,
Okay.
Ron. Woo!
Okay.
Yeah,
You
no
don't gotta be
fucking
a
like
cunt
you.
about it.
Yes,
Wow.
sir.
You just talked yourself into a pick against you. Man, it was right there on the table, and then you just decided to fucking
You had
kick
to
it off,
fucking
bro.
talk.
Well, Bryce always like
You had to fucking talk.
Looking at the matchups here, I'm gonna.
You just had to fuck it up.
You had to.
You couldn't let me admit it. You couldn't let me admit that I was wrong. Just let me drag it out. Oh no!
This is why mom doesn't fucking love you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I bet he really shoots the pistol and fucking. All right. I mean, I don't really feel like I need to even ask Nick, but I guess I'll let him speak. Who do you got?
Okay. I gave a lot of shit to both of these teams. All right. We have Dyson at a 6-game losing streak. Everyone knows last podcast. I fucking called it. I fucking ripped him a new asshole. He's terrible.
That's graphic.
But I don't think I can say that. But again, yeah. No, not Bryce. But cut that out too. So Dyson is on a 6-game losing streak, and I knew he was gonna be terrible, and I ripped him a new one for it. But we also have Cameron, who I fucking hate. So it's kind of hard for me to pick, actually.
Exactly.
So
It's a fantasy football matchup, bro. It ain't that hard.
you know what?
That's pretty fucking.
You know
hard.
what?
What?
This is gonna jinx him. I'm gonna choose Cameron.
Oh, so he loses?
No, take that back. Take that shit back.
Nah, I choose Cameron.
Don't
Great
write that
team.
down.
He is a really good team. I really like his players. They're all gonna do really great. And yeah,
No.
I love
the
Cameron.
podcast
Cameron's a
before
great
this,
guy.
Y'all fucking bashed me, and then my team puts up 193, and now Nick's gonna say this shit, and my team's gonna put up like 100 points or some shit.
Cameron has a really
the
good team.
playoffs.
He has Patrick Mahomes. All right, Patty got fatty. All right, he has Derrick Henry. He's got Dalvin Cook. Like, these are big names. He has Devontae. He's got St. Brown, Raw Dog St. Brown. Come on now, like
I can't physically
I love
see
Cameron.
your face
Cameron's
right
a great
now,
guy.
but I can see the smirk.
He's a great
Yeah,
guy. Cameron's a
no,
great
you're
guy.
smirking.
He's gonna win.
I can hear the cringe over the mic coming from Nick's end.
He's gonna win this week, and I'm gonna see him in the playoffs, and we're gonna have a jolly good time. So
Oh, a jolly
So, yeah.
good time.
Old chaps, eh?
Yeah. There you go.
So you know what? Just to add a little sauce to this. Fuck you, Dyson.
wow.
Fucking
Exorcist.
disappointment. Fucking.
Moving on to the
fuck
next
you.
matchup. Jordan's not Greg fighting for a playoff spot, taking on Big Ben Sexton Cooper. And Greg needs to win this game, and he needs Cameron to lose to get into the playoffs. So Cooper has the chance to put the dagger into Greg here and kick him out of the playoffs. And he has a better percentage right now, 55% to 45%. Jalen Hurts versus the Giants might be a little difficult for Greg. Ramondre Stevenson, I feel like we'll have a good game against Arizona. Ayuk versus Tampa Bay, meh. And Cooper's lineup, pretty solid. Stephon Diggs taking on the Jets. Holy shit. Justin Herbert
You
taking
might
on
get lost
the
in the
Dolphins.
sauce.
Yeah, that's true. If they do put him on there. He might still have a chance to put up a touchdown, though, just like Justin Jefferson did against the Jets. He wasn't covered by Sauce, but they seems like they keep Sauce to one side of the field. So if they play him on the opposite side, then boom. DK Metcalf versus Carolina. I'm going to go with the route here and say that, yes, Cooper is going to put the dagger into Greg and kick him out of the playoffs. Cooper's winning the game. Bryce, what do you got?
As much as I want my fellow toilet bowl nominee from the beginning of the year to win, I think Cooper's going to mollywomp him. Not mollywomp, but, by a good 20, 30 points, I think. He's going to hit the gritty on him. I can feel it.
The gritty.
He's going to gritty on Gritty Greg.
That's
ice
great.
in the veins.
Yes. Fucking Gritty Greg.
I'm connected again? What the fuck is this?
Greg. Okay. Pretty obvious there. Cameron, who do you got in this matchup? Cooper or Greg?
I think it's going to be really close. I think Greg's going to win.
Greggy Poo for the
No, he's gonna lose. No, he's gonna lose. No, I want Cooper.
I don't want Greg to win.
No, I want Cooper now.
I feel like he's gonna win.
No, he's fucking super fucking whatever the fuck he's doing, fucking psychology shit. No, Cooper wins.
Are you sure? You gotta.
I don't know.
You gotta chill out, man.
Look, Greg,
Nick, what did you take before this?
The dude's baffled, bro. He's absolutely flustered right now.
He reverse psychology my reverse psychology.
Yeah,
you weren't supposed to do that. You were supposed to choose fucking. Fuck, now we don't even know who's gonna fucking win, so.
I don't even know what's happening in this show.
We're fucking drunk.
This has been whack.
Yeah, this episode's all over the place.
Goes, I wish.
The tension in this show is high.
Week 14 has been a weird week. So
yeah, definitely, I would say so. Okay, so that's pretty much the matchups for Week 14. The start of the fantasy playoffs will be next week, so make sure you join us for that, and we will take a deeper dive into the matchups here. And we'll really discuss our predictions, maybe even look farther ahead into a championship prediction. We'll see. But yeah, that's probably about it for this episode. Also, expect at the end of the year, we're going to do a fantasy football awards show and also kind of a recap of the year. I believe we're going to put together a old clips compilation that we're all going to get in here, and we're going to react to them and kind of talk about them in hindsight. So that should be a lot of fun. And besides that, that's about it. Go check out the socials on the screen. Go check out the Instagram, the TikTok. You're already on the YouTube if you're watching this. So just drop a subscribe on there. Also check out the Discord. If you want to talk about the fantasy football playoffs with us, go to the Instagram, then go to the link tree, and then click the Discord. And then you'll join us there. So that's about it for us. Any final words?
The Broncos fucking suck.
All right.
You dive in on them or what?
No, they just suck.
Oh, okay.
He can have that one.
He fucking knows it's true.
That's like the SpongeBob. That's your ice cream. No. Now let him have it. You can have it.
That was